When you start to realize that what you knew back then versus what you know now and what you wanted back then isn't what you want now, and they're standing in two totally different rooms, that's when you start to begin your journey. And when I say your journey, you begin your journey of evolving, of growing, of healing, of wanting more for yourself, of understanding what your worth really means for you and what it looks like for other people to be in your space. All of these things and some, you start to elevate because you start to understand that the version of yourself and the version of you that was able to sit in the things that you were sitting in back then is not the version of you that can sit in what was. So then you start to remove people who no longer resonate with that version. You start to remove parts of yourself that no longer resonate with that version. And I feel like a lot of times people do not like the thought of change or uncertainty or things in that nature. But the version of yourself and the person that you were at 20 years old shouldn't be the person that you are at 25, 26, 27, 30 years old, right? Like they shouldn't even be reflective of each other in certain ways. When life happens, that's when you start to change too. So if you have stayed the same, right? If you're still that same version of yourself from 20 years old up until 25, 30 years old, you have to start asking yourself the questions of what am I doing to hold myself back of reaching the full potential of who I really should be, and how I stand firm in certain rooms that I'm supposed to be walking into. And what version of myself have I not even been able to approach because I feel like I'm comfortable with who I've been at 20, and that's okay with me at 25 and 30 years old.